Just one game after becoming the first rookie to register a triple-double in the WNBA, Indiana Fever standout Caitlin Clark came dangerously close to creating more history on Wednesday. Is there anything she can't do, or anyone that can stop her in the future? Clark ended Indiana's 89-83 loss to the Washington Mystics with 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals, and 3 blocks, falling 2 blocks shy of the league's second 5x5 ever recorded in history. The first and only 5x5 in WNBA history dates back over 16 years. Candace Parker had 16 points, 16 rebounds, 6 blocks, 5 assists, and 5 steals in a double overtime defeat against Indiana on May 29, 2008. Parker was also in her first season at the time, on track to become the first rookie to earn MVP. What kind of records will Clark beat in her career? There seems to be no limit on her potential. What also has no limit is our subscriber count, so make sure to subscribe so we can dunk some subscriber records. Let's move on with that special Clark game. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's first rookie to record a triple-double on Saturday, followed up with another dominant effort. She had 29 points, 5 rebounds, and 13 assists in the Fever's defeat against the Mystics, becoming the WNBA's first player to have more than 25 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals, and 5 three-pointers in a single game. Despite losing, Clark's performance Wednesday was likely her best as a professional. It's the first time the 22-year-old has had more than 6 combined blocks and steals while doing her typical damage on offense, shooting 7 for 14 from the field and 5 for 9 from 3. Although she fell short of the magical 5x5, Clark became the first WNBA player to record more than 25 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals in the same game. She became the league's fastest guard to reach 20 career blocks, doing it in only her 23rd game. Washington led 76-55 after 3 quarters, but Indiana rallied with 15 fourth-quarter points from Clark. After Clark concluded a 14-0 run with a free throw to bring Indiana within 85-82 with 1 minute 05 seconds remaining, Ariel Atkins replied with an off-balance shot in the lane. Clark converted 2 more free throws, and a jump ball was called with 20.3 seconds remaining. Indiana forward Aaliyah Boston tapped it back, but Atkins grabbed it and tumbled to the ground, prompting a timeout at 16.9. Julie Van Loo grabbed an inbounds pass and hit 2 free throws with 16.2 seconds left to seal the 5-point advantage. Clark has now produced at least a double-double in 4 consecutive games, indicating that she is becoming more comfortable with the next level of competition. Clark complimented her teammates for the current streak of 10-plus assist games after recording a triple-double against the WNBA's leading New York Liberty. "My teammates have been finishing the ball really at a high rate. My assist numbers, that's because of them," she told reporters after the game against New York Liberty last weekend. Clark's fourth-quarter heroics pulled Indiana to within 3 points of the lead in the waning minutes, but they lost 89-84. "It's really hard to win basketball games when you have 23 turnovers, especially when they lead to 23 points, Clark said after the game. "We really fought, and we battled, and we didn't give up, but in this league that's still going to be really hard to overcome." Indiana's outstanding fourth quarter was overshadowed by its first 3, as the Mystics extended their advantage to 22 points before the end of the third period. "You can have a bad quarter, but you can't have 3 bad quarters," Coach Christy Sides said. "1 quarter, okay, we can manage that, but not a second or a third." Indiana let Washington score 76 of their 89 points in the first 3 quarters, leaving the Fever to rush for a comeback in the fourth. Clark scored 15 of her 29 points in the fourth quarter, during which the Fever beat the Mystics 29-13. The effort was insufficient to overcome Indiana's disastrous 23 turnovers, which resulted in 23 points for Washington. "I wasn't going to give up," Clark said. "It's still really hard to win. You need everything to fall in your favor to really be able to complete the comeback. I wasn't going to give up." Clark had her 4th straight double-double in the game, giving her the WNBA's second-longest stretch of double-digit point and assist games. Courtney Vandersloot of the New York Liberty holds the record for the longest stretch, with 6 games. She also became the fastest guard in WNBA history to reach 20 career blocks, collecting 3 in the game. These blocks also made her the league's only rookie with 20 steals and 20 blocks this year. Clark added 5 steals to her defensive stats on Wednesday, with 2 coming in the closing 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. She led the Fever to a near recovery as they struggled to save an unglamorous outing. "If you're going to be the point guard, then you have to be vocal for your team," Clark said. "I want to motivate them and encourage them and be somebody that they can lean on." Clark's performances on the court demonstrate her dependability to her teammates, as she averages 16.1 points and 7.4 assists per game this season. If those numbers hold up, she will become the first WNBA player to average more than 16 points and 7 assists in league history. Her figures for July are also exceptional, with 20.3 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 12.3 assists per game. If Clark continues her recent performance, she will have the WNBA's first 20-point and 10-assist month. Despite Indiana's loss to Washington on Wednesday, Clark remains a historic talent on a rising squad. The Fever will turn their attention to Friday evening, when they will play the Phoenix Mercury at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, with the Mercury looking to revenge a defeat earlier in the season. "This is a great league," Side said. "Every team is good regardless of their record, and we continue to get better." Clark's averages in her 23 games with the Fever are 16.7 points, 7.6 assists, 5.9 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and 0.9 blocks. She also shoots 34.2% from 3 on more than 8 shots a game. With the defeat, Indiana falls to 9 wins and 14 losses on the season, keeping the last playoff position in the league. What are your thoughts on the game? Was Clark the deciding factor that they almost pulled of the victory, or could she have done something else to help the team? Next to putting out great numbers, Clark also showed a lot of grit on the court and let others know she is done being picked on even though she is a rookie. This was shown when during the game a heated exchange between rookie phenom Caitlin Clark and experienced rival Julie Van Loo occurred. The altercation happened during the second quarter of the Mystics' 89-84 victory against the Fever, but tensions between Clark and Van Loo had been building since the first quarter. Clark assisted on Katie Lou Samuelson's field goal to start the game, then pushed off on Washington's Van Loo before shooting a step-back three-pointer from the corner. Van Loo tumbled backwards on the play, but she responded with a three-pointer of her own at the other end of the floor. However, it was in the second frame when a disgruntled Clark was spotted pushing her Belgian rival, who was sure to sugarcoat the encounter for officials. Clark made contact with Van Loo from outside the three-point line while asking for the ball from teammate Erica Wheeler. Van Loo moved backwards again, but this time she landed right back in Clark's face as the former Iowa star continued to push her away. Samuelson was later seen attempting to calm Clark down, but the rookie guard did not appear to be listening in the moment. The sellout audience of 17,274 strongly supported Clark, who was fortunate that she was not penalized for a foul on the play. Later in the fourth, Clark was seen shoving Van Loo to the floor, one of her 5 fouls on the day. Although the Fever's comeback effort was unsuccessful, Clark performed great, adding further evidence to the officials, which will be choosing the Rookie of the Year later in the season. What do you think? Who will end up with the award at the end of the season? Let me know your prediction in the comments down below.